Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, we are taking a look at, once again, Mono Red. The first big paper tournament from the SCG Tour with the new M20 cards occurred, and while you're seeing this well after that happened because I'm recording everything way in advance, it was won by Mono Red in a, shocking development with Mono Red winning games. But there are some new cards that at least make it a little bit worth covering. Ember Hauler has made its way into the deck in place of Viashino Pyromancer. So for red, Ember Hauler is a 2/2 creature that can sacrifice to deal 2 damage to any target, as opposed to Viashino Pyromancer, which does 2 damage to a planeswalker or a player upon entering the battlefield. Whereas Ember Hauler can be a little better is if it can get 1 or 2 hits into the opponent and then sacrifice, that's pretty good. It can also deal with a creature, which is something that Viashino Pyromancer sits on the table and stares at the other creatures and has really nothing good going for it. It's also better against Goblin Chainwhirler than Viashino Pyromancer is. But one thing about Ember Hauler is that it is not a wizard. So, Wizard's Lightning has been cut from the deck. This card has been a bit of a staple in the mono red lists, and teaming up with Gitu Lava Runner and Viashino Pyromancer for an 8 wizard count was usually enough to cast this on time. But with this being the case, Wizard's Lightning is out of there, Skewer the Critics is into there. 1 red Spectacle, 3 damage to any target. And then all of this teams up with a new card, actually a reprint, but a new and M20 card, Chandra's Spitfire. This is a flying 1/3 elemental, and whenever an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, Chandra's Spitfire gets +3/+0 until end of turn. That's a big hit. That basically adds a lightning bolt to every point of damage if the Spitfire can get in. Let's talk about some non-combat damage. That's non-combat damage when you sacrifice the Firebrand. That's non-combat damage when you sacrifice the Ember Hauler. All the burn spells, if they go face, are non-combat damage. And Goblin Chainwhirler is non-combat damage. The deck also trims on what many would say is the deck's best and most powerful card, Experimental Frenzy, down to just a single copy here in the deck. I'm curious to see how Chandra's Spitfire holds up. I wrote it off because, specifically Teferi Time Raveler, Teferi Time Raveler is hard to spell on this keyboard while talking. Sorry. The mic gets between me and the keyboard. Time Raveler is a very strong -3, bounce a thing, draw a card, and against Mono Red, the only good target was Runaway Steamkin, which is only a 2-mana investment. I thought that Chandra's Spitfire would be a bad card because of this, but Time Raveler hasn't been everywhere. People are trying out new cards, and we're not seeing as many Esper decks and as many Teferi decks as maybe, I hate to say it, maybe there should be, because it might still be the strongest. But Chandra's Spitfire took advantage of this lack of Teferiness and just blasted the opponent for tons of damage. So, let's see how it holds up on MTG Arena. Off we go. Alright, an opening hand without burn spells, but with Light Up the Stage, Fanatical Firebrand, Lava Runner. Old school red, no new cards here, just doing the red thing. So when I play this deck, I like getting in with the Firebrand, just boom, right away. Let's do this. And are we against good old Esper? Will it be a Thought Erasure? It will be a Search for his Kanto, which, okay, that's not the worst thing that could happen. So, this is tricky though. I could play the Steamkin, but that plays right into Teferi Time Raveler. But maybe that's just what I need to do here. The other option was to light up the stage and then try to fill up the graveyard for the Gitu Lava Runner to get in there with haste. Right, the opponent shocks themselves. I appreciate that. And there is our time-raveling friend.
I know my responsibility.
Ooh, a plus instead of a minus. Wow. So trying to absorb 5 damage, I guess? I don't think so. I think I'm still going to hit the opponent as hard as I can. So, man, we can play out a lot of stuff here. So let's start like this. Shock your face. Light up the stage. Alright, there's some land. Let's play a mountain from our hand. Play the Fanatical Firebrand from outside the stage. Turn them loose. Now, if we make 3 mana now, we can go 1, 2, 3 and reload. Oh, wow. Let's do it. Let's just throw it all at the opponent. These are the kind of hands that red decks keep. These are the things that red decks do to me. But I don't often get to do them myself. They might Kaya's Wrath us into oblivion, but they shocked last turn. Hiya! Down to 5. And there's a Lightning Strike exiled. We could just play it now, but against Cry of the Canarium, we don't want to do it. And we did exile it this turn, so we can leave it open. So if the opponent has to shock themselves, if they have to play a shock land here to play the Wrath, they die to the Lightning Strike. Hold on to your butts. Can they do something about it? Bounce your Steamkin. Alright. Bet you wish you'd done that in the first place, Time Raveler. Oath of Kaya. Okay. Not quite dead. Got to draw a burn spell, and voila! Red deck is red. Woo-ah. Game over, man. It's game over. Holy crap. So many 1-drops. So much damage so fast. Is this what playing red decks is like? No wonder some people like it. And look at all these goodies. Got some kind of Sorin out of the deal. Get some frickin' gems. Yeah, gems. Got the gems. I don't know what. I guess this goes here or something. Boom. Got some Cosmos. Some good old cosmetics. Alright. Let's just get another game. A little slow, but we're on the play, so I think starting with a 2-drop is fine. Let's see what happens. Here is a mountain. Temple of Mystery. So this is the deck, like the Simic ramp decks, those are the ones where I think the Spitfire might be great, because going over the top and dealing a ton of damage through the air can make a big difference when you're up against Nissa and such. You just have to beat the Hydroid Krasis to the party. Okay. Opponent probably looking at a Growth Spiral. Let's send out the Spitfire. Oh, never mind. It's the blue-green tempo deck. How obnoxious. So they play a ton of counter spells, but at least we figured out what we're up against. And we can do all kinds of things. Let's see. We could go in for the attack first, be prepared for like a Brynhorn Cutthroat, or we could pull the opponent's mana with an Ember Hauler. If we get the hit in, though, we go straight to the light up the stage. That's probably good. We can also shock away a Trickster. Yeah, we'll just head into combat. Take it? Okay, I'm not going to play the shock then. We're going to save that for a creature. Let's try this light up the stage. I would much rather resolve my Ember Hauler than the light up the stage too. So if the opponent wants to counter the light up the stage, that's okay. That's not that bad. Spectral Sailor into the yard, pump that to a 3/3. Ember Hauler to the battlefield, pump this to the 4/4. And now we have 6 points of power on the battlefield, 0 points of power for the opponent, and their counter spells will sit in their hand while we do damage on the table, or at least that's the evil plan. This can be good against a Cutthroat. Maybe I'm supposed to play it right now. Let's see, Syncopate for 3. Yeah, I think we can play this now. They might run the Lookout's Dispersal, but I can make mana with the Steamkin if I had to. Still, let's just get the mountain out there. You want to counter this? Yeah, that's one of the joys of the mighty Firebrand. Nobody wants to counter that. Nightpack Ambusher to the battlefield. Let's put this on full control. Let's resolve the Ambusher, but before we do any blocking, let's shock this away and activate this. And what the... Okay, well that's upsetting. This should have been dead. Somehow the full control came off when I played one spell. It's supposed to hold. Alright, we'll see if it comes down to 1 point of damage or not. We're pretty low on action now, unfortunately. Let's ping on the Sailor. Opponent played at instant speed for reasons unknown, and now they're drawing a card. Okay. So we can resolve this other Ember Hauler. But yeah, opponent says nice to the Ember Hauler. I mean, it's one of many dorks I could draw with my deck. It's kind of what the deck does. The opponent seems unhappy. Let's see. Are we being trapped? Let's go find out. If there's another Nightpack Ambusher, they're probably in an okay spot. Unsummon, sure. Anything else? Okay, down to 6. Here's my Steamies. There's a Frilled Mystic. Not that surprising. And we'll play another one. What, no emote? I was getting used to the emote life. Alright, let's try for a Lava Runner. How many counters you got? So the best draw they could have, the best card they could have is an Ambusher. I think they would have played that if they had it, so I don't think they do. It's probably best to kill this and keep attacking. Of course, if they have an Unsummon, that's pretty sad, but... lots to consider, no matter what the opponent wants to say to me. Well, let's see what happens if we try to pick on the Frilled Mystic. Hopefully there isn't an Unsummon. Alright. Let's go for it. Awakening of Vitu-Ghazi, it makes a 9/9. That's strong. Down to 4. Let's see if the opponent can take this one now from this position. Fanatical Firebrand can team up with a Skewer the Critics or a Lightning Strike to find the lethal. A lot of land, thankfully. Well, do we pay 3 mana for this light up the stage? I think so. I think we want to keep the Firebrand. It could be a very valuable blocker on the 9/9 at some point. Okay, opponent with another Frilled Mystic. Have to say goodbye there, but the Frilled Mystic was going to counter something sometime. Not much you can do about that. And now the 9/9 wants to get busy. Alright. Let's not block. Down to 11. Alright, moment of truth here. We need the right draw. That is not it. So let's keep on trying to hold out for the lethal burn spell. I think that attacking here would be a mistake. Alright, do we take another 9? No, we get our block on. This would not be the right time to draw the Chandra Spitfire, by the way. That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? But let's try to keep our Lava Runner up to hold out for one more here. The opponent's last two cards, if they're not counter spells, it's not the it's probably pretty bad here. Let's take the 9 or get the Frilled Mystic off the board. I don't think it matters, but if our opponent has an unsummon, killing the Frilled Mystic is a good idea, so they can't unsummon and recast it. So we'll take that line, and 3 straight lands off the top. That will bring us to the end of that game, but that was brutal. We were almost there. At least it didn't come down to the 1 point of damage that would have happened if the full control hadn't kind of blipped on me. I'm not sure what the hell happened there, and it was tilting at the time, but it didn't come down to 1 point of damage. We were doomed to lose that one, I think. Okay, we're going to start with Lava Runner and Steamkin, and then we're going to shock a bunch of things. Let's give it a try. Why not? Okay, Drowned Catacomb. Maybe we get Esper again. Well, with the way I've faced emotes today, I'll try to be nice. But I tend to think the worst of people that use emotes. How about you? Can't think too badly of that person now. Oh man. We didn't play Magic. That was so sad. They don't like red. I get it. I'm pretty sure I've scooped that exact situation before. Let's see. I'll keep this. I still haven't resolved Ashandra's Spitfire. So, want to at least do that for the video. Want to show people how to spit fire. It'll probably be my frickin' thumbnail. We gotta at least cast the card. Of course we do. What do you got? A lot of Esper today. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it will be Orzhov Aristocrat or something like that. Yeah, we got black and white. Black, white, go. Genre Spitfire. Currently no way to activate it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. This is fine. It'll work out. That Steamkin's about to die. Yeah. Alright, there's the cast down. Now let's see if the opponent has another removal spell for the Spitter of the Fire. Yes. Cast down into Oath of Kaya shows that we're in for a toughie. We're in for a tough game. So, let's get in with the Lava Runner. I suppose we can light this here stage. And yeah, let's get our Spitfire onto the battlefield and see if the opponent can solve this one. But Oath of Kaya is another card that you'd think would make this a bad card. It is Esper. You are Esper. I guess it's Teferi time? Oh, Wrath. Of course it's Wrath time. Alright. So now we strikey defacey. And run some lava upon you. What's your next trick? The fairy. Why not?
Show remorse. I'll show restraint.
Bouncing Oath of Kaya, sure. And the opponent... Okay, what's with the emotes today, you guys? Huh. Alright, base damage. Don't think I care too much for the Time Raveler. And let's put out these Ember Haulers and make the opponent have another Kaya's Wrath. Or they're gonna take a whole bunch. And even if they do have the Wrath, we have the Frenzy.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
What's it gonna be? Life gain lands. The hate is real. Hero of Dom Dom. Weird.
Right on. Let's skip to the good part.
Well, they don't have a Wrath. Oh, have fun with this. They have to take the Skewer the Critics or they're dead. Let's see if they know that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. And they took it. Yay, mountain. Exactly what we needed. So, now we can take out Teferi, or we can do a ton of damage to the face. Teferi will tuck the Frenzy if we don't kill him, so I guess he's gotta go. It was close. We almost got there.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Let's pass the turn. Maybe the opponent will make a mistake and target an Ember Hauler with the Oath of Kaya.
Here we go.
That's a mistake. Now they don't gain the life. Okay, they have another one. Alright, then it didn't matter. It's not a mistake. Okay, big frenzy turn, maybe. Shock you. Strike you. And no, I don't usually strike down the Teferi, but I could here. Yeah, let's strike down the Teferi. We don't want it to bounce an Oath of Kaya again.
According to plan.
Here's the Narset. What does Narset find? Better make it good. Thought Erasure, not good. Not good at all in this stage. But how about the third Oath of Kaya? How about that card? How much life gain must we overcome, my friends? The answer, of course, is all of it. Always all of it. Alright. Shock the Narset so the opponent doesn't get another look at some cards that way. Here is Steamies, and there is Go. Chain Whirler has cut off our Frenzy twice now. And for your next trick, something worth thinking about. That is a very creature-hateful Esper deck. I mean, many of them are, but some people play like Elder spells and stuff like that these days. Alright, shock you. Scuria. What do you got there? What's sitting in the hand? Kind of weird that the Thought Erasure didn't happen, because at least the opponent would probably want to look at the top of their deck. And there's the scoop. He just held the Thought Erasure. And yeah, all the Oaths of Kaya. I think it got cast 4 times in that game. Couldn't stop the Frenzy. Let's do a quick review of the Spitfire Red deck here at the end. I've played the games, and Experimental Frenzy is still a really nuts card. It's unbelievable that there's only one. You really want 2 or 3 of it here, I think. And what to cut? I don't think you need 4 Chandra Spitfires. I never hit the opponent with this card, which is honestly what I expected when I saw the deck. Now, against Simic Ramp, where they just don't play removal, or possibly against white aggro, this card could shine. But as a 4 of, I just don't buy it. The card just gets removed, bounced, killed, countered, like a very inefficient use of 3 mana for a red deck that's trying to be as efficient as possible. So the recommended changes I would make would be to cut 2 Chandra Spitfires at least, and go up to at least 3 Experimental Frenzies. Ember Hauler was fine, and Skewer the Critics was fine. Is it really that different from 3 Wizards Lightnings and 4 Viashino Pyromancers? Probably not that different, to be honest. I do like that Ember Hauler can dodge some Oath of Kaya life gain by sacrificing itself, and maybe that makes it worth it. Same with like Vraska's Contempt, Moment of Craving. So that, I mean, yeah, he's not bad. He's not that different. In a nutshell, the strength of the red deck is still the cards that have always been the strength of the red deck. Runaway Steamkin, Get2 Lava Runner, Light Up the Stage, Goblin Chain Whirler, Experimental Frenzy. Those cards are busto. So red is still good, red is still strong. I don't think that you have to go this deep on Chandra's Spitfire. On the sideboard, we only played best of 1, but if you're going to play best of 3, you can see that there are 3 Frenzies in the sideboard ready for those next games. And there's some Chandra Acolyte of Flame, which is a card I really want to try. This one is in place of Legion Warboss, which I think I get. Their Legion Warboss dies to cheap removal, which the opponent will have against red anyway. Chandra Acolyte of Flame does not. Fry and Lava Coil is an interesting pairing to make sure that you have all the right removal spells for all the things. This is great for shooting down Lyra if you need to, great for shooting down Teferi. And Tybalt, you know, stopping that life gain from those Othakayas would have ended that Esper game a lot sooner. So I get it. I like the sideboard. I would make those trims on the Spitfire. I would add some of the Frenzies from the sideboard and maybe move the Spitfires over there to play, to come in and be a 4 of against decks that can't block it, like White Aggro, Simic. Maybe Command the Dreadhorde is also a deck that wouldn't block Spitfire well and could just die to it. So anyway, that's my review of the mono red deck that just won SCG Worcester. I will never say it right, so don't ask me to. And thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.